Okay, now I'm going to go to our product spotlight. Blackjack Firearms. We talk about him all the time because he lives right across the road from me. John Ferguson and Stephen Husher, good friends of mine. I'm very fortunate to be across the road. I get to go in there and see all their toys and goodies, ARs, AKs, accessories, so on and so forth. And so when I'm talking to him, we've talked about so many different things when it comes to the AR platform, but this time what I wanted to talk about was the AR pistol buffer tube as compared to the AR rifle buffer tube. And if you're going to watch this on YouTube, Paul, this is going to be a video here. If you're going to check on the YouTube, on the K10 YouTube channel, probably Monday or so, you're going to see this video showing the AR pistol buffer tube. And if you'll notice, it's slick. Just round, slick. There's nothing on it other than the foam padding. This is an AR rifle buffer tube. And if you look at it, it's got the jig down here with about 4 or 6 holes depending on which one you get. This one here puts the plastic stock on it that makes it adjust depending on your length of trigger pull. This one here, because it's a pistol buffer tube, you can't put a stock on it, so it's smooth. There's nothing there to attach it. Now, what are they? I just told you. And what are they for? It's for when you put the buffer tube on an AR rifle or pistol platform and you go to shoot the gun, the bolt gets blown back to the rear and goes into this tube because it has a buffer spring in it. And a buffer in a buffer. So it's got a buffer spring and a buffer. When the bolt goes to the rear, it makes contact with the buffer and it compresses the buffer spring to a certain point where it springs it back forward and strips off another round from the magazine. So that's what the purpose of the buffer tube is. Now, let me show you something. Paul, I need that video. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm showing you on the video now. We've got my trusty little toy, that Blackjack Firearms. Go to bjfirearms.biz. They've made a lot of weapons for me, and this one, very special. I mean, I had this really detailed to my likings. Everybody loves it. It's my AR pistol and 9mm, and it's got the dedicated lower, so on and so forth. But what's the first thing when we do and get a weapon, everybody? I'm listening. That's right. We're going to check to make sure it's not loaded. So the first thing we're doing is we're taking the mag out of the weapon. The magazine is clear. We're pulling the chamber to the rear. And as I do this and you're watching the video, remember what I said about how the bolt, the buffer, and the spring get compressed into this tube. Right now, there's my bolt, and I'm going to pull the charging handle to the rear. That bolt is going to go to about right there, and the spring is going to compress, and the buffer tube is going to compress down here. So on the video, you're going to watch. Pulling it to the rear. I'm going to check the chamber. Chamber's clear. Weapon is clear and on safe. Okay, so now, here's why there's a difference between the two. If I put a rifle buffer tube, that's the one with the holes on the bottom, on a pistol platform, and let's clarify what a pistol platform is. A pistol, ATF considers it anything under a 16-inch barrel. So this one here was a 10-inch barrel. It turns it into a pistol. A rifle has to have a 16-inch barrel with an overall length, I believe, is either 26 or 27 inches. I always forget that. So I play it safe, we'll say 27 inches. So if I was to put a rifle buffer tube onto this pistol, I'd be going to jail for 10 years and probably paying a $10,000 fine because according to ATF, I just turned this into a short barrel rifle. We can't do that, okay? But I can put the pistol buffer tube because I cannot attach any type of stock to it. If I put the rifle buffer tube on here, I would be able to, if I can put this up here, I'd be able to put the plastic stock on that tube and adjust it. It turns into a short barrel rifle, so I can't do that. So you want to make very sure that you're not putting the wrong things on your AR pistols to get you in trouble. Now, if you go to Blackjack Firearms, bjfirearms.biz, they can help you figure out exactly what you do. They manufacture guns. They know all the rules. They can turn one of your outdated AR platforms, and what I mean by outdated is it's plain Jane if you want to upgrade it to the 21st century with quad rails, flip-up sights, some type of optics, so on and so forth, etc., etc. These guys, their weapons are like, or their website's like a restaurant. The main menu is the meat and potatoes. Well, that's the AR or the AK platform. All the accessories are side dishes, grips, quad rails, slings, attachments, optics, flip-up sights, things like that. So go to bjfirearms.biz and notice the difference here. If you have an AR pistol platform and you want to convert it to a rifle, you can do that, but you have to do special paperwork and pay a tax stamp, but they can guide you and help you as to what to do. So the difference, once again, the AR rifle buffer tube has the adjustable notches in here for the rifle stock. The AR pistol buffer tube has no adjustments. And if you're talking about a Sig Sauer brace, if you're familiar with a Sig Sauer brace, the reason that is legal is because it is not a stock, because there's no adjustment pieces down here, and the piece of rubber that looks like a stock just slips over the tube. There's no adjustment in it. So it's not categorized as an AR rifle tube. So that's the difference. If you want more details, go to bjfirearms.biz or call up John and Steve at Blackjack Firearms, and they'll get to tell you exactly what to do, what not to do, and they can upgrade any gun that you have there, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot. So check them out.